My name is Alix Peabody, and I am the founder of Bev. Bev is a brand in the alcohol space, and we're really trying to change the way that women are perceived and portrayed, just generally speaking, in alcohol. And when it comes to having fun and going out, it's always been a very male-dominated industry, and all the brands that exist are kind of show that. So we're trying to change that narrative. I got started with Bev about 1.5 years ago. Long story, very abbreviated. I got sick. I was living in San Francisco and I had some reproductive health problems, and I was drowning in medical bills, and I had to freeze my eggs, which is really, really expensive. So like any 24-year-old would do, I started throwing ragers and charging people tickets to come to my parties to raise some money for my medical bills. So I got really addicted to the idea of a female-owned social space. I found it to be tons of fun and just a better energy. I looked at all of the things that go into events and parties, and alcohol was kind of the lowest common denominator. And so as I started looking more and more in the alcohol space, I realized that I had to go into it because there was truly nothing in there for women. To me, success is fulfillment. It's not a number, it's not an amount of money, it's really waking up every day excited about what I'm doing and inspiring other people to do the same. Without failure, it's impossible to be successful, in my opinion. I actually keep a notebook and I write down every time I mess something up. And it says, it's the So Typical notebook. It says So Typical on the front. It's in my bag right now. and every time I think I could have done something better, I write it down and learn from it. What I'm doing from the pit of my stomach and the bottom of my soul, which sounds really kind of hokey, but if I weren't doing it in this industry, I would be doing it in another. And I tell entrepreneurs a lot that it's really, really important that you have an emotional relationship with why you're doing what you're doing and not just trying to solve a business problem. Because if that's all you're trying to do, you'll hit walls that are truly insurmountable. So for me, the drive is just there. It's part of my blood. And that's really what gets me through the tough days, because there are a lot of tough days. Work-life balance, by its very definition, insinuates that you're separating work and life. And to me, I love what I do and my work gives me life. And so it's definitely important to take breaks for clarity. Specifically for me, if I'm in it all the time, it can be really hard to strategize and think bigger. So in that sense, I try to take a weekend away or go visit my family or something like that. But for me, it's more, I'm doing that so that my brain can be clearer for work. I love my work. Work-life balance is something that is achieved by loving what you do. An accomplishment that I'm most proud of is not necessarily in starting the company itself, but in what it took to overcome what I had been going through before that to do it. I think a lot of companies and ideas are started from difficult places where you're really trying just to figure out how to survive, I think. And for me, I'd been going through a lot of health problems and it wasn't the easiest time in my life. And so it wasn't so much building the company, but it was building the thick skin, I guess, and the drive that I'm most proud of, more so than the company itself. I probably don't reach my full potential every day because that's kind of impossible to do. On the days that I do reach my full potential, I probably slept well and exercised and had a little amp up in the morning. I like to give myself affirmations in the mirror and, listen to Beyonce.